Are you ready to cream over one of the most ruthless and aggressive solar titan builds in Destiny 2? See what I did there? So this build just smells of destruction. Honestly, it has incredible super damage, ferocious infinity melees that scorch and ignite everything, and most importantly, it's fun to use, and it definitely excels in endgame content. So there's two variations of this build that you can play with depending on one, the difficulty of the activity, your strategies, the third being your environment. So the first variation is going to be more offensive based. The second is going to be for you melts that run titans and want more healing and a safer playstyle. But let's be honest, if you are a titan, a real titan, you are going in and you are just fucking shit up along the way. But besides all that, both builds are incredible and surprisingly they both work. So in the end, it's going to be your choice. So to start this beast build off, you are going to need the Pyrogale Titan gauntlets. This is going to give you one of the highest burst damage supers in the game, which is going to be great for boss damage phases, and also it's going to turn your concentration slam into one of the most dominant melees in Destiny, instantly scorching and igniting enemies, and will be a passively great way to stun unstoppable champions, obviously opening up a weapon slot. So the armor perk is Percussive Flames, modifies your burning maul into a single high damage slam. Your hammer creates several cyclones of flame. Consecration second slam creates a cyclone of flame, and with us using the solar subclass, we can only make this greater by adding increased damage to our abilities. We have added Scorch with the fragments, plus this season we have one of the best artifact mods that takes this build to a different kind of beast. The first one is going to be for all of my Titan mains who just love running in there and fucking shit up. The main build is going to focus around the Consecration Slam. When we slide, we activate our charge melee ability. We launch a wave of solar energy, damaging, scorching targets in front of us, and then when you are in the air, you're going to smack your melee again, and anything that you have scorched on your way up instantly ignite on the way down. The first variation is going to be with Roaring Flames. When I was running this in a Grandmaster, we absolutely deleted champions. It's so powerful, especially with the artifacts we are running as well. I know there's a hefty timer on Roaring Flames, but now you have to get a solar ability kill. With us running a healing grenade with this variation, opens up another doorway to one of my favorite exotics that is going to bring our Consecration Slam back in an instant. So Roaring Flames, final blows with solar abilities or ignitions increase our solar damage ability, and when you pair that with the Consecration Slam, it is absolutely mental. The second variation, when I talked about a safer playstyle, more healing, then you want to run Soul Invictors. I ran Grandmasters with both of these, tried them both out. It is down to your playstyle totally. Soul Invictors is going to offer more in healing, restoration, and it's going to scorch enemies in sunspots. You're going to create a shit ton of sunspots with the Consecration Slam and the exotic we are using, so this is really good for your teammates as well. I just often opt for more damage because I think it makes the build more explosive. So yeah, if you want to run a safer playstyle, then run Soul Invictus. So with my specific variation that I run, is all out ability spam. And that's what I like about Destiny. I try not to focus my build too much on weapons unless it feeds into my ability rotation. But with this build, I just love the ability side of the build. With Ember of Ashes being our first fragment, we're gonna apply even more Scorch stacks to our concentration melee. Then you need Ember of Char. Our ignition spread Scorch to affected targets. So with concentration, anything you scorch on your way up instantly ignites on your way down. So you're gonna spread Scorch all the time. My next fragment was Ember of Torches to give us that nice damage buff and give our teammates the radiant buff as well. It's going to give your weapons a 25% damage increase. The next fragment is Ember of Searing. Defeating Scorch targets grants melee energy and a fire sprite. Then what you could do from here, if you wanted to add a bit more healing into this build with us using Roaring Flames instead of Soul Invictus, you could swap out the Ember of Torches for Ember of Mercy. So every time you get a concentration kill or scorch kill, you pick that fire sprite up. There is your healing through restoration. And guys, when I say we're gonna have concentration up all the time, you are going to have it up all the time. In this way you can easily proc ×3 Roaring Flames with this, my absolute favorite weapon of the season. Any melee build you have, you need to incorporate Monte Carlo, because this is a melee ability spam machine. You don't even need kills, you just need to hit your target and you will see your melee go straight up. This is what I was saying when you're using Roaring Flames. Usually you would have to get a concentration kill or kill with your grenade to pop Roaring Flames. With us using Monte Carlo, we can constantly have tons and tons of concentration slams up. So you get a kill, you're going to have your melee up straight again, easily proccing ×3 Roaring Flames. So if you do want to run the first variation, then I definitely recommend Monte Carlo. So as we know this season, the Queen's Foil Sensor artifact drastically increases any solar build you have at your disposal. Flint Striker making you radiant from solar weapon precision hits. We've got Torch. While you are radiant, deal increased weapon damage to strand or stasis debuffs. But where this particular build shines, Revitalizing Blast. Causing damage with a solar ability weakens champions and bosses for a short duration. So you imagine you have Roaring Flames ×3. You walk up to a champion, it's 99. It is that simple. So powerful, so effective. In one of the Grandmasters, we had a Stasis Titan freezing things for us, and we were just shattering things with the Concentration Slam. That it was a really, really good mix. So with us using the Monte Carlo, it opens more doors for our armor choices in terms of mods. So on the helmet, you definitely want to run 2 hands-on for increased super energy. You're going to be dishing out concentration slams left, right and center, so you'll be getting your super back instantly fast. You want a connect siphon to create orbs of power. On the arms, I was running focusing strike to get class ability energy back with melee hits, and we have heavy handed as well. Every time we get a concentration slam kill, creates an orb of power for us and our fire team. On the chest piece, I use emergency reinforcements for the armor charges. It's a bit more power and a bit more resistance, especially with you being up close and personal. On the boots, we have elemental charge, stacks on stacks, and recuperation. With elemental charge, we pick up a fire sprite. We have 3 stack of armor charges feeding into emergency reinforcements, and then recuperation. When we pick up an orb of power, it's a bit of healing. On the class item, we have Reaper. When we throw down our barricade, we get a kill with the weapon. It's another way of creating orbs of power. And then double bomber as well for grenade regen. So yeah, that is the most destructive solar titan build you will see this season. I'm creamslice. Thank you for taking your time out to watch a video. Always leave a like, subscribe if you want to. I'm creamslice. Peace.